Hey guys, howdy everybody. David and Evilise here with davidandevilise.com, and we got a good mindset focus for you today. So we've been reading The Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. Probably not gonna, it's gonna be backwards, but by Harv Eker.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of it? Have you read it? If you haven't, something we've taken out that we kind of all know, but it's really good to take a look at for yourself, for your spouse, together, partners and business partners. So here we go. We got 3 ways that we've been programmed.
We've been programmed to think about money,
Mm-hmm.
right? And these 3 things can apply to every area of your life, but we were really interested in this idea of how our programming affects how we think about money. And there are 3 ways in which any of us can be programmed to think about cold hard cash, and those 3 areas are, could be verbal programming or modeling or specific incidents and experiences. And, for example, when I think about the program that I experienced, I had a mother who was very, very concerned about never having enough money, was constantly engaging in conversations or expressing in some way that we weren't going to have enough money at times, not all the time, but I overheard conversations along those lines.
So kind of a security issue.
Yeah, she was really big with security, and so she was constantly, asking my dad about, or talking to him about those things. My dad, on the other hand, he kind of wanted to, push the envelope, take a little bit more risk, started some small businesses. And so because of that, the cash flow probably wasn't super consistent. Mm-hmm. But regardless, it clearly, had a bit of, that was my program, you might say. Absolutely. That money is something that you save. My mom is really big on saving money. I would even say, in fact, she, hoarded money. I mean, she was really, save, hoard. Yeah, she was a product of the Depression. And so that's kind of my general background.
Well, what's interesting is that through what you've heard, experienced, and seen is something that I see in you now. So he is a good saver, which is a good thing, right? So not all that you heard and saw was bad. And then from your father, you took on, you can take risks. You don't feel, you're not afraid to take risks. Right?
Right. So there's this kind of tension, if you will, between being a good steward and putting money away, and also not holding on to it too tightly.
Right.
And so as a small business owner, we understand the need to invest in our business. And so in large part, maybe that explains why, through my adult life, it's taken me a while to get to a place where I've sort of fully embraced this idea of taking calculated risk and understanding that taking a calculated risk is not a bad thing, but it's taken me a while to get there. Mm-hmm. Elise, you probably have your own story. You want to tell?
And really I was going to focus on things that we've heard. So I know I heard a lot of talk about credit was bad. So only having cash, but that was my dad's side, and then my mom's side was she lived on credit because she never had enough cash, and so it was very that was when we were young, and things have changed since, and they've changed their programming. That was what's really cool, is to see even my mom change her programming over time, which has been really neat to see. And so then I have to look at myself and what am I doing now, and what am I thinking, and how am I programmed, and how am I going to change that? So because I don't mind putting things on credit, but I also have that guilt feeling, oh, credit's bad, I shouldn't put anything on credit. I should only pay with what I have in cash. So I have a conflicting thing as well. So we're working on those things, and we have for our next video the ways to reprogram.
Yeah, but I mean, because the fact of the matter is we all have been programmed to think about money in a particular way.
We've heard it from our family, we've and from our parents. We've seen it by how they act and what they do, and those around us, and then we've had experiences. So I'm trying to think of an experience, but don't really need. We've all had them. So those are the 3 ways that we get programmed, and we have to go back and look at them and see how they've affected us in the future.
Right. And how they actually can keep us from moving forward in our life, in our business, and how we enjoy life, or how we can potentially enjoy life more to the fullest. Go ahead and put down in the comments section. We'd be interested to know some of your thoughts about this concept of money and how we've been programmed to think about it in a particular way.
Like, do you think of it as bad? Do you think money is bad and you shouldn't have a lot? Or do you think, hey, I'm going to have a bunch and then give it all away? Or are you going to have a bunch and hoard it all? Where are you at and in your programming, and where do you want to be, or how do you want to change that? So we'll see you on the next video, and you can find us at davidandevelise.com or here on our fan page. See you next time.
Bye.